This is a review of the Kobo Reader app. It's a universal app for the iPhone and the iPad. You can see that the look is very much like iBooks. You have shelves, you have the books arranged on the shelf. You can change that to more of a tiled view that gives you more information, title, author, how far you are in the book, just by pressing the button down here. You can also change your settings and spruce up your shelves a little bit, make them a little more personalized. You can also spruce up your bookmark. If you like Barrel of Monkeys, if you like Wiener Dogs, or a more classical look. You also have the ability to change what appears on your shelves. Tap the Shelves button, and you can show just your books, your newspapers and magazines, your documents, and this Kobo Reader takes PDF and EPUB to show what you're reading. And if you've downloaded any previews from the Kobo store, these would appear here. This bottom section is where you can create your own bookshelves. Just type in whatever you'd like to call it, tap Save. In this case, I'm going to cancel. And if I wanted to add anything to an existing shelf, I would just tap that shelf and then tap Edit. A list of my books comes up, and I would just tap the plus sign to add that to my collection. Tap Save, and there's my new bookshelf. Close that down. This is one thing with the Kobo Reader, the buttons don't always work very well. It's a very social program. If I tap here, I can share to Facebook and Twitter. And it's also got a few reading incentives built in. If you've got children who need a little bit of a push to get them to read, just tap on Reading Life. And Kobo actually gives you awards for certain milestones. You can track your statistics, how far you've gotten on your books. Shows your activity. You can share your accomplishments with your friends, and you can see their accomplishments. And very important, you can check your settings. Make sure your privacy is going to be respected. You can also sort your shelves by title, by author, by most recently read. And of course, you can always go shopping in the Kobo store. Now, Kobo is the store backing for the Borders online ebooks. So if you order from Borders, you're actually ordering from Kobo. Let's actually dive into a book. I love the fact that you actually get to see the cover, unlike the Kindle. You can tap or you can swipe to turn your pages. If you tap in the center, you get your choices. Back will take you back to the library. You can go to your table of contents. It shows you where you are. And one thing that I really like is if you just scroll up to the top, you have a Return to Current Page button. Very easy to get back. You can get an overview of your book, which you can share with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. In this case, you have to use the back button to get back to where you're reading. And if you've made any annotations, you can tap on that, tap on the annotation, and it jumps you right to the spot. Now, one of the interesting ways of maneuvering that the Kobo Reader has is the two-finger swipe. You can use two fingers to swipe to another chapter, or backwards to the chapter before, or you can use a swipe like up and down, there we go, to get you to the front of the chapter or to the last page of a chapter. This is something that's a little unique to the Kobo Reader. You also notice on the bottom you have your status bar, so you can jump ahead. And the really nice thing is you've got this kind of undo button that'll jump you back to where you left off. So if you're scanning ahead, looking for something, and you want to get back to where you read, you don't actually even have to bookmark it. This gives you another access to your Reading Life notifications. See where you are in your quest for reading perfection. And you have your font size and your font type that you can change here. You can also change your brightness. There's a slider bar for that. And you can also flip your black and white with the night reading. You can add a bookmark, and one thing I like about the bookmark here is that it is color, so it's very easy to see. Just tap to undo, and your settings, if you like left justified, whatever the publisher prefers, whatever your transition style preference is, whether the pages curl or they just fade out or they just jump from one to the next. If you have the Kobo styling, or if you like to read in sepia tones, you can also adjust that. And the typical note-taking and annotation, just hold down your finger, grab whatever you like. You can highlight, hold it down, you can add a note, the keyboard pops up, just cancel that. And you can also check out words in the dictionary, or share if you have your Twitter or Facebook set up here. So, all in all, a very nice little reader from a company that is probably going to get a little more respect pretty soon. It's since it is partnered with Borders. And you can actually see if you've downloaded the Borders app previously, it looks very similar. And you'll notice all the same books are here. So that's it, and I thank you very much for listening.